Oh, well, hey there. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Now let's go ahead and get into a car chat. Let's have a chat about a few things, honey. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and talk about some things. The first person I want to talk about is Miss Keely Williams. You know, ever since she's been doing this Encore new show that she has with Carlos King and other ladies, she wanted to get out there and just let y'all know, listen, I'm relevant again, okay? Miss Notori and Miss, what's the other, Adrian Bailon, you guys are not the only ones relevant anymore. I am too, okay? So I'm going to take on as many interviews as I can, and I'm going to actually give out more information than what is asked of me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. It looks like she had like an interview with some individuals over there at BET. I guess it was like a new show. Maybe it was on like BET Plus or something. And on that show, she announced to let everybody know that she's had some entanglements. Okay, which she said was Mario. She said that she had an entanglement with him, and she also went on to give them more information than what they asked her for, which happened to be with the members of B2K. She said all of the members of B2K. And I'm sitting up here wondering, like, girl, how old were you when all of this happened? How old were you when all of this happened? Were you young? Were you a child? When was this all taking place? Okay, you little thought you, honey. But she wanted to let everybody know that all of the guys that y'all may dream of, she didn't already had them. So what else is going on? Okay. Do y'all believe Keely? Y'all believe Keely messed around with damn near everybody? I feel like she probably had a little crush on these individuals, and maybe when they was talking to her, she felt as though it was more than what it was, even though they was just holding a little conversation or something. I don't know. Okay, she need more people. I need more proof. Let's go ahead and move on, honey. Let's go ahead and talk about Tory Lanez. So y'all know, first of all, let's go ahead and get into this. Megan Thee Stallion decided to unfollow the baby because he did a song with Tory Lanez. And I don't fault Megan for unfollowing whoever she wants to unfollow. She has her right to do so. I do feel like that was kind of whack of the baby to sit up there last year and say, oh, well, we ain't got no song together. That's old or that's fake or whatever it was that he said, pretty much trying to say that basically they don't have a song together at that particular time. After the incident between Tory Lanez and Megan took place, he tried to deny any stories that people had out there about the two doing a track together. Here it is. Y'all done dropped the track and a video, which makes me believe that y'all just delayed the time that y'all were going to bring it out. So yeah, he's full of shit. So I understand why Megan decided to not follow the baby anymore. But as far as making an announcement and saying, listen, anybody that works with this man moving forward, I'm not rocking with y'all and all of that. I've already said it on a ladies first panel, and I'll say it again. I feel like she should keep that to herself, because there may be an artist that you really want to work with again in the future or something, and they may work with him. And you mean to tell me that you're not going to work with those people and put money in your pocket just because they chose to work with Tory? I completely understand where you're coming from. Tory was completely wrong for violating you in the way that he has, and has yet to be held accountable for his actions, but you can't control how people are going to move. I used Cardi B as an example. You know, you've done a song with Cardi, but you may want Cardi to do a song with you for your album. Who knows? But if Cardi says she wants to go and work with Tory Lanez, you mean to tell me you're not going to work with Tory? You're not going to work with Cardi because she chose to work with Tory? Not making sense. So let's go ahead and look at this tweet or whatever that Tory Lanez put out there for Nicki Minaj. She said, if the Queen Get on Scat remix is gone. I mean, the song is already gone, but that SHI at the moon after that, she would definitely kill the beat too. I was happy to see that she liked the video. She's a realer NIGGA than most of these NIGGASs in our industry. This is what Tory had to say, right? Now we know that Miss Megan has worked with Nicki Minaj in the past. I feel like if Nicki decides to work with Tory, I would not be shocked. And I don't know why anybody else would be either if she does. And it's no shade to Nicki. It's just the truth. You know, her brother is in jail for his issues and what he's done and violated other individuals, you know, violated this little girl or whatever. So now he's in jail, and I'm sure she's supporting him in some capacity and paying for books and all this and that, because that's her brother. She gonna love her brother, whatever it is, right? Whereas you also got her husband, who's been accused of a similar crime, but also I think he was a younger adult, you know, like a teenager when those things took took place. So he has other legal issues, criminal issues, or whatever surrounding him. So based on what Tory did to Megan, I don't see Miss Nikki, and based on how Nikki supports other folks, I don't see Nikki not working with Tory, especially when she even said on her own live when she was talking to Drake, she was trying to figure out whose songs can she hop on, who can she be a feature on, what songs can she feature on. So I don't see that being too far fetched of Nicki Minaj working with Tory at all based on how she moved, and I think once Megan started working with Cardi, I think Nicki fell back on Cardi, and I know Nicki's fans definitely when Megan started working with Cardi, Nicki fell back on Megan, and I know Nicki's fans started to attack Megan on social media. They started to go in on her because she went and did that song with Cardi. So I don't know if Nicki may feel a way about Megan as well, which is why she may go out and do that track with Tory. I'm not necessarily sure, but I will say if she got on that track, I wouldn't be surprised. And if anything, that's gonna really help Tory. It's like, Megan, you're still coming up, but Nicki's claim to fame has been here, continues to be here, and going to continue to be here. So it's only going to make him even more relevant. So I just think she should be careful, in my opinion, about what it is that she has to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't working with nobody else that work with him and this, that, and the other. I understand. I promise I do. But unfollow the baby or whatever. Like, I ain't rocking with you. I see how you move. Make a mental note of it. Don't rock with those people. Cool. But I don't think she should have to say it out her mouth, because I mean, you never know. You may end up working with those people anyway, right? Let's say there's a soundtrack that somebody wants you to get on, and you don't know that they're going to have other artists, but you want to work with that one particular person. Let's say it's Moneybagg Yo. Like, yo, I got a soundtrack I'm trying to put together. I got a song for a soundtrack I'm doing. I want you to come and be a part of that. I got a few other artists or whatever. She probably going to be like, yeah, bet, because I rock with you. And then you may turn around and still be on the song with Tory, or still be on the song with some other people that rock with Tory. So it's kind of like, it could be muddy waters. In my opinion, just let it be what it's going to be, girl. And just go ahead and move on about your business, honey. Those are just my thoughts on that. Okay, let's go ahead and get into something else that's a bit more serious. Okay, so y'all know that Biden has decided to make Juneteenth a national holiday. Okay, that's cute, but I ain't gonna lie, some part of me feel like everybody should not be able to participate in that day. That's just me. Y'all leave me your thoughts down below. I feel like everybody should not be able to participate in that day, and that's shady or whatever. But I feel like when not Ramadan, but I forgot what they call it for the Jewish people. Like the last job I had, I worked around like a lot of Jewish guys, so they would literally take the time off that they need for whatever the little Jewish holiday or whatever they got going on. And it's like, I can't participate in that, girl, I ain't Jewish or nothing like that. So I just kind of feel like everybody should not be able to profit off that day and benefit and be able to be off. But if it's gonna be a national holiday, he signed it into law for y'all to recognize and stuff, then it is what it is. Okay, y'all recognize today. We appreciate you. Don't get wrong though. You know what I'm saying? Don't get wrong, girl. Don't get, especially not on that day, but it's all good. So what the Georgia governor decided to do, who I cannot wait till they get his ass out of office, girl. Okay, I'm trying to be in the front, and I'm trying to be number one in the line at 4 a.m. Y'all ready for this vote? Is you ready for the vote? Okay, I got me and my homegirls. Okay, we ready for the vote. So he decided to tell the state workers, like, yeah, this could be a national holiday all y'all want, but what I want you guys to know is that you will not get a coin. Hear me very clearly. I will not be paying you guys anything for this national holiday if you work for the state. Okay, if you don't work for the state, good luck getting paid. But if it's a national holiday and you end up working on a holiday, from my understanding, I thought you get paid extra for that. Maybe that's just people in retail or something, but I thought if you work on a national holiday, you still get like an extra percentage for working on that holiday. I don't know if that still exists. Y'all let me know, but I think that's shady and that's fake. He's also the same person that I believe the people that have been on unemployment and receiving the extra money, I think it was supposed to expire sometime in September or October or whatever. And he decided to join in with the state of Alabama and be like, well, listen, we cutting the check. Okay, we cutting that extra money y'all was getting, any extra benefits or whatever, all of that stuff is cut completely out. And it's like, dang, how you gonna do to people like that? Okay, it's already not a ton of people hiring. The people that aren't out here hiring are hiring for less Okay, knowing that people got to catch up on bills, people got to sit out here and thrive and survive, but y'all want them to thrive and survive and help your business continue to make money. Okay, I think that's whack. So instead of him just giving it the time that it needs, at least 2 months, especially when these kids, a lot of these parents that have been laid off can't find work and they are on unemployment, their children are about to go back to school, in August. Instead of him at least giving those people grace for those 2 months of July and because I think it ends at the end of June or something like that. So instead of him giving them the opportunity to collect that money for July and August, he decided to end it at the end of June, which I think is kind of fucked up. And it's crazy because he also has been out here trying to pass certain laws to prevent people from being able to vote how they need to vote. So he's been doing a lot of shit. Okay. And I don't know what y'all need to do to understand that y'all need to get this man out of office, but y'all need to do what it is y'all got to do to get this man out of office because he's a whole fool. And that's all I got to say. I want to hear y'all thoughts and comments about that. I think that's completely fucked up, for him. It's like every time it's always something with this motherfucker. Mind you, he's the one that stole the position from Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, when she ran against him, she was not trying to concede. She needed all of the ballots counted and everything. So, yeah, he's full of SHI, y'all. He is just so full of SHI. It's so funny how these lower southern states try so hard to fight for their Republican status to keep. They like things to be old fashioned. I think these southern states were the same southern states that when people were being freed as slaves, I think they still was keeping people in bondages and slavery and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole mess. Their ways have not changed at all, but it's good to see that when you vote, though, voting can change things. Okay, I do believe that voting can change things. It ain't gonna change everything, but it's gonna change some things. We just gotta start somewhere. Okay, just like y'all say, prayer change everything. You keep praying. Something gonna happen. So I feel like keep being active, keep voting and stuff. Like I think things are going to change in due time. I just pray that we get to see it in our lifetime. Hello, but y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. But in regards to Juneteenth, I want to bring up something else about y'all girl Candiace Owens, who gets on my motherfucking nerves because she refuses to understand anything outside of her brain. Okay, she does not like to understand other people's point of view of where they're coming from with things, and it's like she does it in an effort. I do feel like it can be clout. I do feel like she just likes to trigger people for some reason. Like I don't understand it, but let's go ahead and get into this tweet that she put out. She said, Juneteenth is so lame. Democrats really need to stop trying to repackage segregation. How is this a repackage of segregation because of Juneteenth, which existed years ago? People celebrated Juneteenth years ago, and had it not been for, in my opinion, social media and people keep bringing it to light, it wouldn't be a national holiday now. So how is that segregation? How is that segregation? Like that shit, that like what, repackage segregation? Who, girl, you make absolutely no sense. But okay, then she says, I'll be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm an American. So she doesn't want to be identified as Black or anything. She wants to be identified as a straight American. So when you fill out your paperwork and they ask you, what race are you? What are you putting down? Are you putting down other and then you're saying American? Where they do that at? Who said that? Who said that? I'm waiting on the day, y'all. This sounds real bad. I'm waiting on the day that she is approached inappropriately by the police or racially profiled at a store, like Oprah was. When Oprah went all the way overseas and they racially profiled Oprah. I'm waiting on that opportunity because then not the opportunity, but I'm waiting on that experience for her, because then she's gonna be turning around trying to moonwalk to the back and have conversations with us like we supposed to have her back, and we're gonna be pushing her right on back to the front so she can go right on back where she came from. Okay, but let me go ahead and skip over to Miss Azaelia Banks, because see, y'all know Azaelia Banks have a lot of antics. She say a lot of crazy stuff about a lot of people, but this time I appreciate her actually using her platform to clap back at somebody we wanted her to clap back at. Okay, so she wrote this long, lengthy post to Miss Candice Owens for her calling Juneteenth lame, and she started it off by saying, according to this logic, on July 4th, 1776, you would have still been enslaved, most likely be on the verge of starvation due to all of America's food supply having been prioritized for the war, while you hand sewed, and I'm just gonna pretty much paraphrase, while you hand sewn flags and stuff together, you was out here breastfeeding your master's wife's kids and stuff until your nipples start bleeding, okay? Out here cooking for them because she too sick and can't do for herself. Meanwhile, if you get wrong, they're gonna whip your ass, okay? And while you cooking the food, you better not dare take a bite of that food after you done sat up there and watched everybody else eat. And then you got to clean up all they mess and then go downstairs in your closet space that you share with 4 other slaves and lay down on some bug infested straw. Okay, some hay. That's what you finna lay down and make a pallet on. But you want to talk about how you finna sit up here and celebrate July 4th, 1776. Girl, you still was finna be a slave. What you celebrating for? And that ain't have nothing to do with us as slaves, from my understanding. And y'all check me if I'm wrong. I could have sworn that had something to do with America getting America's independence. I don't think that has shit to do with us being freed as slaves. But you want to sit up here and talk about how you gonna be an American? I guess that fits her logic. That fits Candice's logic, because she doesn't want to be identified as a Black person. She only wants to be identified as a American. So for her, I guess July 4th would make sense, because she's just only considering herself an American. And that's when America got like what, their independence from Great Britain or some shit like that. So that's what she's on. But we not on that. And just because you don't rock with what it is everybody else is trying to rock with, you ain't got to say nothing, girl. Be quiet. Be quiet. I bet not see you have no fucking mimosas on Juneteenth. I don't want to see you having no mimosas, girl. I don't want to see you out here celebrating. Okay, I don't want to see no firecrackers. I don't want to see you in no red, black, and green. I don't want to see you in. Okay, and you better not be in no 4th of July colors either, being disrespectful either, ma'am. Oh, y'all know, girl, she pissed me off, and I was glad Azaelia got her together, but I feel like Azaelia could have went in a little harder on her, like you do these other ladies. But I felt like she kept it cute and classy. In my opinion, I feel like she kept it cute and classy because she read off some of the facts. But you should have really went in on her like you give it to all these other ladies. But okay then, girl, you know, you get this. You can't get no hand clap because you be running amok majority of the year, 365, okay? And you did one of those days. So you 364, you a fool. And on that one day, you did a good job. So we're going to give her this, okay? This is what she gets. Let's go ahead and move on to something else. I want to talk about Married to Medicine. So let's go ahead and get into Miss Married to Medicine, honey. So what we can see on the preview. Okay, first of all, I already did a video on one of my other quick chats where I talked about, what's her name? Contessa. Contessa going through it with Scott. You know, the reunion's coming up, and she Quad is going to pretty much put it out there that Contessa filed for a divorce from Scott, which is interesting because last week what I saw on Contessa's page was like a reel of her and her man being together. She's like, don't give up on me. I won't give up on you. Don't give up on us, or something like this. I guess they working it out, but okay. So on next week's episode, we see that Miss Carrie overheard Contessa arguing with Scott, saying some things and how Scott may potentially be cheating. So she took to social media to put this up, saying, actually, let me get this real quick off the screen so you guys can see what I'm saying. So she says, tune in this Sunday, early morning wake up call, praying that Dr. Contessa and Scott get through this, because in this, she is sitting down with Toya, letting Toya know, hey, I overheard some things happening with Contessa, and I think that, you know, Scott may be cheating on her or whatnot, right? That's what we heard. Now, Contessa wrote up under this post, after seeing that, Contessa wrote up under this post and said, you are the fucking devil, ma'am. You are the effing devil. And then she goes on to her own Twitter page, and she says to her, eavesdropping on a married couple's conversation as wife. That's what she said to her, as wife. And I'm like, well, Contessa, is it really eavesdropping, y'all? Because I feel like eavesdropping is what Miss Lamisha was doing over there in Encore, okay? Because the girls was whispering, but she was over there like this, just listening in, okay? Getting ear hustling and getting whatever she could get. But I feel like if you loud and you yelling at your husband, Contessa, then was it eavesdropping if you was loud enough for her to hear everything that was going on? So we won't know, but we'll have to see on tomorrow's episode. But let me go ahead and read to you guys what Miss Carrie had to say to Contessa. Okay, she says, for the record, I was awoken to screaming. I did not eavesdrop. I was deeply concerned for Contessa's well being. As women, we have all been lied to at some point, and I could relate to her pain. If I wanted to share anyone's dirty laundry there, if I wanted to share anyone's dirty laundry, there is a lot more that I could have said, but I chose not to, not ever, not even with Toya. But ultimately, if I have caused her any pain by discussing it with Toya, then I apologize. I can appreciate Miss Carrie saying that she went ahead and gave her the apology she needed right up front, but I also hate to say it, I got to see tomorrow's episode, but I'm kind of with Carrie. If you're loud, you're yelling, you're doing the most, ma'am, that's not me eavesdropping. You're obviously speaking loud enough so that I can hear because you don't care about the privacy of the conversation. So don't try to put that off on me because you having issues in your marriage, girl. Now, maybe Miss Carrie was wrong for talking to Toya about it, but like maybe she could have went to Contessa and talked to her and said, hey, girl, I'm really concerned about what's going on with you, which would have been easier. That probably would have been better, but it could have been very much so considered messy on Carrie's end for taking this information over to Toya, having this conversation. So basically you spreading the BS. But girl, if you was loud enough for Carrie to hear, everybody else probably heard you too and just wasn't saying shit. Okay. I don't know, honey, but yeah, that's all I got, y'all. That is all that I have for the car chat today. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Okay, leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about how you guys felt about the episode. I'm sorry, not the episode, but the car chat. And I know y'all gonna do that anyway, because that's just how y'all is. Okay, I'm Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.